back to another episode of the Rich Babes Show and Podcast. My name is Rachel Bird and I will be your host. And in today's episode, we are talking about why it is so important for you to lead with your own truth and message and build your brand from your own essence. Okay, because here's the reality. When you try to be someone you're not, it's exhausting, it's not powerful, and your audience feels it. And to be honest, before this episode, I was actually trying to think about what I wanted to talk about, and I was like, oh, I'll use the topic that me and my friend talked about the other night. And it was a great topic. I definitely resonated with it. I could talk about, I was thinking, oh, I have so much to talk about this for the episode. And then when I hit the record button to talk about it, I was like, nothing was coming out. And I felt so awkward, and I was like, that's not my message. That was why, okay? It wasn't my message to share. It was my friend's message to share. And then I was like, oh, that's the key. All right, that's the key, is that when we're not really true in where we are right now in our life, okay? We're not honest with ourselves, when we're not honest with our audience, when we're not fully ourselves, nothing comes out powerful, okay? Nothing comes out that's impactful. Nothing comes out that's going to land with our true soul clients, our true people that are meant to be in our life. And something God's really shown me the past year is that there's so much power in really paying attention to how God has wired you and how God has placed certain experiences in your life, and just what feels good to you in general about, as far as your strategy, as far as how you want to run your business, who you actually want to work with. Because there's so many people currently online trying to grow their business, and it's amazing, okay? But a lot of people aren't trusting their self, and they're not trusting how God has equipped them. Therefore, they feel the need to be someone that they're not. They feel the need to share someone else's message or share someone else's story. And this brings me to my next point, is the fact that it doesn't matter if you just started your business, if you started years ago, where you are right now is enough. Okay, your story to this point is enough. I actually had a client a couple months ago, and she just started her coaching program, and she hasn't had, before working with me, she hadn't had any clients yet. And she was like, well, how are people going to believe that I can provide a transformation if I don't have testimonies yet? And what she's coaching on is a transformation she's personally gone through. And something that I had to remind her of is, you are the transformation. Okay, you are the transformation. You don't need another person in order to show what you do works, because you've already lived out that process. And that's the story for most of us, is that it doesn't matter what business we're in, or it doesn't matter what area in our life, we feel that we need to do one more thing, or we need to, we're not, how do I put this? We're not good enough unless other people say that we meet the mark. And the truth is that you are the proof. You are the transformation. You are good enough. And when you own where you are right now, when you own your flaws, when you own what stage you are in your life and your business, that's when you create your own lane. Okay, and when we constantly are trying to adopt someone else's lane, we're always one step behind. Okay, we're always one step behind, and we just look like someone else, and we're not actually landing with the right people. You might get clients that way, you might get results, you might make money, but when you actually have a big vision, a large vision, and you're building for wealth and not just money, it's really important for you to have your own lane. It's really important for you to have your own essence, because that's how you're going to attract people you actually want to be around, okay? Because that was the next major thing God showed me this year, is that in the past, I easily would fall behind someone else. Like, if they had results that I wanted, I would do exactly what they did. And yes, I made money. Yes, I had clients from it. But the clients were never, I never was excited to work with them. I was always drained, and it was just very surface level. All right. And this year, when I completely was like, I'm not looking left and right anymore. I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting my gifts. I'm trusting that that will be enough. And I went all in with that. The people that I've attracted are soul clients. When we get off of our coaching calls, we both are excited. We both feel amazing. And I've increased my capacity to take on more clients because now I attract the people that are an energetic match. And it's not just business, it's I do life with them. Okay? They call me if they're about to get married. They call me if they're pregnant. They call me for things other than business too, because we have that connection. Okay, so I want you to think about this today or this evening, whenever you watch this, and ask yourself, are you afraid to own who you are? Are you afraid to have your own essence? Because that's where the power is. And when we're having a hard time creating content, when we're having a hard time creating offers or making offers or fully showing up, it's because we don't actually value who we are. We don't actually value the gift God gave us, and we don't actually value our calling. And that was a place that I was in before too, is that I constantly was dismissing what God gave me because I was thinking someone else had it better, or someone else was better, or someone else's calling mattered more. But that wasn't true. God doesn't favor one person over the other. And what He's given you, it's only for you to do. No one else can do it. So that's why it's so important for you to own it. Regardless if you're 20, regardless if you're 40 or you're 60, know that where you are right now is very powerful. Okay, and that was a story I used to tell myself, is I'm not old enough. I'm too young. No one will listen to me. But being young is a gift. Being older is a gift. You're more wise. But for my younger ladies that will watch this, I want you to know too, I promise you, you're probably more wise than a lot of people that are older than you that are in your life and you don't realize it. Because the funny thing is, I used to tell myself, oh, I'm too young, no one will listen to me. But now at 26, I realize I have a lot more wisdom than some 40-year-olds. And that's not to brag, that's just my experience. So when you own who you are and when you value it, that's when people listen. That's when your content enrolls people. That's when your clients re-sign. That's when people want to tune in on your live streams. That's when people will subscribe to your YouTube channel when it's brand new. It's because it's you. So I love all of you, and know this, that your essence is important, and your being is so powerful. I love you, and we'll chat soon.